So, new hero, new support hero, Lifeweaver, which, as we saw in the, if you haven't seen the testing the hero with a lot of interactions on the other channel, you can see it on there. There should be a video there. We're going to look into a little bit of the new hero. What is the abilities? How does it work? What is like the deep dive on the hero? So, here we go. Spring into action. A deep dive into Lifeweaver, Overwatch's newest hero, which is a support. He's witty, kind, and always looking to lift those in need, sometimes literally. Hailing from Thailand, Lifeweaver is characterized by his love and respect for nature, as well as his advanced bio-light technology. This groundbreaking technology is woven throughout his abilities, and it plays a pivotal role in the healing and utility aspects of his kit. Lifeweaver has a unique play style. I mean, that's a good way to put it, a unique play style. Oh, very much so. How that's going to go, it's either going to help, it's going to help one team. What team is it going to help? We don't know. That's the best part. Lifeweaver has a unique play style that introduces a few new mechanics into the game. So let's take a walk through his kit and how he was developed. His final look is the result of a culmination of many different teams, including various concept art, hero design, and narrative. One of these pieces features an older physician who drew healing energy into his hands and blasted it all into his allies, a bit like Moira's Coalescence. So do you want to see some of this? Yeah? Oh, yeah. How about that? Isn't that cool? This actually looks really cool here. You can see like different versions, like different stuff they've done. We ideated further based on these concepts and landed on something that offers an all-new play style to the game while also expanding our support class. Healing Blossom. Very interesting, by the way, here. We'll talk about this. Healing Blossom is Lifeweaver's first primary fire. More on that in a bit. With this weapon, he charges a luminescent flower and sends it to his allies. The longer he charges the blossom, the more healing it provides. To give you an idea on this, how those numbers work, say you just start throwing your blossoms out, like just without anything, without charging up, heals for 10. You hold it, 65. How do you know the numbers on that? It actually shows you like on the screen, like how that works. So like when you're holding the flower, it'll have a number. As that number goes up, that's exactly what you're healing for. So for any context behind that, that's how that works. Healing Blossom is Lifeweaver's first primary fire, more on that in a bit. With this weapon, he charges a luminescent flower and sends it to his allies. The longer he charges the blossom, the more the healing provides. I love how I just read that again because I forgot I read it. Healing Blossom was a starting point for this kit, and from there we built out his other abilities. Our goal with Lifeweaver was to create an accessible support hero who is viable in many different scenarios and skill levels. Healing Blossom is soft target-based, like Brigitte's armor packs, and we feel this ability enables players across the board to find value in his kit and playstyle. First question we're going to have right here, can you eat that with Diva or like Sigma or Rissa's Javelin? Can you deflect it? Yeah. That's in the video that we have with the interactions. You can eat that. This is what it looks like when it's idle. This is what it looks like when it's charged. Looks really cool. Honestly, it's like a really cool design. They did a really, really good job with this. I want to say that. Like, really good job with this. Thorn Volley. Now, I want to talk about a little bit of a concern I have right now with Thorn Volley and the heals. It's not about the damage, but right now, you know how like with Kiriko, you can kind of like just have two different buttons to like DPS and heal? BAP, you can right click to heal DPS. With the current version of Lifeweaver, you actually have to switch weapons, which is a little bit different. And I feel like if it didn't switch weapons and you could DPS or heal, it would just feel a little bit better, but you actually have to switch between the two. So if you're healing somebody, then you have to then go to the other weapon and then do your damage, rather than like other heroes where you kind of have to like go through it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying with that? Is a new video for the hero? Well, this video we're doing right now will be on the second channel. The other video we have is up on the main channel right now. So I know it's kind of like that with Mercy, but I feel like it seems like when you play the hero, it would be a little bit better if that would work. Maybe there's a reason behind it, or maybe it just plays a little bit. Maybe the hero might be too OP that way. I don't think that's the case, but that's one of the concerns I have with like the Thorn Volley and that. But it's still a really cool. The Thorn Volley looks really cool, and the heals look really cool. So Thorn Volley. And I think the numbers on this, by the way, if you shoot one bullet, it's like 10 damage, and if you do a headshot, it's 20. Initially, I tested it, and it was it did 7 damage and 14 damage. I'm like, wait, that seems low. I realized I tested it on an armored hero, because armor does 30% damage reduction. So I went back and re-recorded that because I was like, wait a second, it's 10 damage and then 20 damage for a headshot. So his alternate primary fire is called Thorn Volley. With this weapon, he fires bio-light thorns at enemies in a scattered pattern. While mainly intended as a form of defense, Lifeweaver can deal a decent amount of damage with Thorn Volley as well. You'll get the most value out of Lifeweaver by healing your team, but his weapon has relatively high damage for a support hero. Now, just to go back to that and read this again, you'll get the most value out of Lifeweaver by healing your team. This is Blizzard's way of saying, heal your team, please. We know you like to do a lot of damage, and we're seeing a lot of play styles where you're damaging. Will you just please heal your team? If you heal, you'll get more value. We promise. If you heal your teammates, maybe just, heal your team. But if you want to do damage, you can, but heal your team, all right? Please. Because then they just heal your team. Keep in mind, you will be unable to heal your allies while using Thorn Volley, so be aware of your surroundings and manage these 2 primary fires wisely, which they do talk about right here. I'm curious to see what people think about that. I'm actually really curious to see what people think about that, because to me, it was like I wasn't used to it, so maybe I'll get used to it over time, but like used to switching between the weapons, because a lot of the heroes don't have that. Obviously, like with Mercy Staff and Pistol, you have to do that, so I get that, but I was a little bit interested. For those playing against Lifeweaver, don't underestimate Thorn Volley when rushing him. As Lifeweaver says, thorns in the face are an inconvenience. He isn't wrong. Yeah, fair enough. PETAL Platform and Rejuvenate and Dash. PETAL Platform is a ton of fun. PETAL Platform is Lifeweaver's secondary fire ability. He throws a pod that blooms into a flower like platform. Wow, I read that correctly. A flower like platform. A flower like platform upon landing. Whether ally or enemy, anyone stepping on the platform causes it to elevate, and it will remain airborne for a certain amount of time. So you have a timer. How do you know when the timer's going to go? It will make a sound when you do that. You can do some really cool plays. You want to go up and do a high noon up on the map? Guess what? Go up there with a Sigma. You want to do a really high noon? Go up there with a May. What can you do on top of the flower? You can wall your Cassidy up. High noon. It's going to be a really high noon. You're either going to get one shot or it's going to look really cool. That'll be fun for the Play the Game series. So, we'll see. You can do a lot of different stuff. Yep. Can Widow grapple up to it? Yep. Anyone using the platform can launch themselves high into the air by timing a jump right as the platform reaches a maximum height. I actually forgot to put that in the video, but that is something you can do. It won't quite be as tall as Baptiste Exo Boots, but enemies and allies alike can use the platform for a well-timed super jump thrust into the air. PETAL Platform was the most challenging ability to lock down in development, and it was iterated many times. We landed on the platform mechanic because it adds something to the support lineup that we've only ever seen with May's Ice Wall, adding a new verticality consideration for a player beyond map design or heroes that can launch themselves into the air. Now, here's the next part. You go, well, what do you do if you're, can you launch your teammate up into the air at any point? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Your Cassidy not using their high noon? No, maybe you throw a platform under them and say, hey, maybe use it now. You're really high in the air. Is your other support not healing you? Maybe your lifting platform ends up underneath the Zenyatta on your team on accident. So there's a lot of different stuff that can happen with this, and I'm really curious to see what happens with it. Hopefully it isn't used that much. Hopefully it isn't used that much. I look at it from a different point of view where it's like, hey, you know how I don't like playing Dorado that much? What if you can lift your teammates up to second point Dorado now? Does that change the dynamic of how Dorado's played? Do these high ground maps now play differently if you get all your teammates to stack on the platform, right? There's a lot of things that can happen. Or you just accidentally use it on your support and they go flying up in there and get one shot by Widow. But hey. So, platform looks really cool. Use PETAL Platform to get away from enemies or enable your allies. If you have a Bastion who wants to post up somewhere, PETAL Platform can get them there quick. Or maybe you want to lift your ult in Cassidy with the hopes of getting more Deadeye kills. Well, that's going to be more than the 0 that I usually get, so that's a good sign. Can it be double stacked with Maywall? Yes. I have that actually in the video. Yep. Lifeweaver is a team player who loves collaboration. There are so many ways to support and enable your team with this ability, and we're excited to see how many players use PETAL Platform in creative ways. Now, we can also look at this, by the way. As you can see, twice, it talks about enabling your allies. That's just to make sure it's like you can enable your allies to make plays. Don't troll your teammates. You can enable your teammates to make plays. Don't troll your teammates. Enable your allies. Enable your team with this ability. I just like how that's there. Enable your teammates. Enable your teammates. Rejuvenate and dash lunges Lifeweaver in his traveling direction while lightly healing himself. Just in case you're wondering, it's not like a cleanse. It just gives you a little bit more mobility. It's good for, like, for example, we tested with an Arisal. You can rejuvenate and dash out. You can rejuvenate and dash out, right? This ability will look and feel like Hanzo's dash, so we baked it into his kit to give him mobility and self-sustain. A well-timed jump at the apex of his platform will launch you into the air. Pair this ability with Rejuvenate and Dash to cover a fair amount of distance, both horizontally and vertically. Basically, if you time your jump at the end, you'll kind of bounce off the flower at the top of it. It's a cool ability. I didn't put that in the interaction one. I just kind of, I just didn't. I remembered I wanted to do that too. Life Grip. All right, chat, we got Life Grip. Life Grip envelops an ally in protective BioLight and pulls them to Lifeweaver's position. While an ally is within Life Grip, they're invulnerable to all damage. That's actually really cool. So, like, you pull your teammate, and there's a high noon going off at the same time. You can save your teammate. One thing I forgot that... Oh, I knew I wanted to test this, too. I'm pretty sure you can stand behind the Life Grip, and you would survive that. But I forgot to test it. I knew I wanted to test that. That was one thing I had, and I forgot to. The inspiration for this mechanic came from many places, as we're sure some of you have been on the unhappy end of an enemy Roadhog hook. We wanted to ideate on a friendly pull between allies. Our challenge was to conceptualize what an ability like this would look like in Overwatch. We tried it out in internal playtests, and the team had a lot of fun with it. Before you ask, we'll clear this up now. You can't disrupt an Alton ally with Life Grip. So, yes, you can't, but with further testing, all right, we tested some things. So, say you're Genji and you dash with your blade. Can I pull you back? No, I cannot. So say you're Genji and you're dashing in and you're going, you know what? I'm going in for this 1v5. But, oh wait, disrupt an Alton ally. But can I pull the Genji back about a half a second later after they go for their play with blade? Oh, 100%. 100%. You feel like if you pull your own high, noon, and cast, it could be strong? It could be strong. Could you pull them out of LOS of all the other team and go, sorry, Seagull, no high noon for you right now. You could do that too. First of all, why is Seagull on Cassidy at that point? It's the real question. This ability speaks to him as a protector and healer, but it also lends some insight into his personality and perspective. Lifeweaver is cool, confident, and he has the best intentions for anyone he encounters. Even though he's doing the right thing in mind, there can be consequences to pulling your teammates out of position. Use Life Grip carefully to save teammates and enable them to stay in the fight. Because that's the third time we've talked about enabling your teammates with the abilities. Once again, we see it in the article. Enable your teammates. Enable your teammates. Do not troll your teammates. Enable your teammates. Do not troll your teammates. Yes, that's... Tree of Life. For his ultimate ability, Lifeweaver places a large BioLight tree that pulses with healing energy. This tree provides cover for your team, meaning you can't shoot, be shot, or pass through it. The developer responsible for the concept describes it as Healin' Bob meets May Icewall. How a hero is developed can vary sometimes. Their look and feel inspire their abilities, and sometimes it's the other way around. In Lifeweaver's case, his ability kit was built out before his personality, lore, and aesthetic. Tree of Life is what shaped his character into the nature-loving supporting hero you will meet in the game. Lifeweaver's ultimate filtered through a few iterations, including a healing Earth Shatter-like ability, which was super cool, but not super useful. We also tried a healing totem, but it wasn't quite right for him. I wouldn't doubt if they eventually have like a shaman hero, kind of like in World of Warcraft. I will say, tree's really good. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure it like burst healed for like 150, and then it was like 50 healing or something like every 1.75 seconds, something like that. We did the math on it and had the editor look. It's in the video. It's good. The tree is actually really cool. It does have HP to it. You can destroy it, but like, it's a cool ability. I think it's really fun. I like it. That's just me on that one. So it was around Arbor Day when his ultimate started to come together. trees were already on the team's mind. The original Tree of Life gave its life to allies, withering over time. It was incredibly poetic, but not very intuitive or clear in the battlefield. Sounds like they wanted to make it initially like Junker Queen Shout or Beat. I'm glad they did not. Any more Overshield and stuff like that, I think what they've probably learned from Junker Queen was that Overshield on a lot of heroes is not good. No, you don't want a bunch of Overshield. Why? Because you can't do anything half the time. Nobody dies during Overshield. Overshield's not good. So, this ability, however, morphs into the final Tree of Life that's currently in the game. As you can see what it looks like when it's damaged. Tree of Life. It's a cool ultimate. I think it's a fun ult. It can actually do a lot more like save your teammates. It can also troll your teammates a little bit when you if you put it in front. But overall, it's just a cool looking ability. Curious to see what people think. I like it. I think the hero's abilities and how they look is just awesome. Look at us. We're amazing. Whether you're playing as, against, or with Lifeweaver, he brings something new and exciting to the game throughout his mechanics, playstyles, and perspectives. Whether he's raising his teammates up with his PETAL platform. Whether or not that will be a good play or bad play is yet to be seen. What team will it help? I have no idea. Pulling them to safely with Life Grip or sustaining their health with Healing Blossom. Lifeweaver is a well-rounded support who adds massive sustainability and utility to his team. Oh, speaking of that, also, I don't think they touch on this in the article too much. If you are in Lifeweaver and someone kills you as Lifeweaver, you drop a little flower. That flower, I think, heals you for 250 or something ridiculous, or 150. It heals for a lot. We tested it the other day. You remember what the number was, Danny? It heals you for 250. Either team, though. Either team. So if the enemy picks it up, they get healed. If the ally heal... Oh, wait, is it 100? Oh, 75 for enemy? Oh, okay. Oh, it's 75 for enemy. Yeah, 250 for allies. There you go. Thank you. That's what it was. I don't know if we touched on that in the video, because we didn't test it with an enemy, but it was 250 for an ally. Yeah, and 75 for the enemy. Yeah. Lifeweaver is a well-rounded support who adds massive sustainability and utility to his team. We look forward to seeing how you combine his abilities with those of other heroes and the ways he will save his teammates from the brink of death. I still love how they're we'll save your teammates. Enable your teammates. Save your teammates. Enable your teammates. We know in a week from now, people in their 5 stacks, because a lot of it's going to be just a lot. I can already see a lot of the memeing will really happen with your friends. Get into a nice 5 stack. Got your teammate. Hey, yeah, you can high noon right now. We can see what's going to happen. I am very curious to see what will happen with the hero. Will people meme a lot? I don't think people will meme as much as people think. But will people get memed? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video here of just looking at the article and reacting and having fun. I don't know what I'm saying on this one. I think the hero's going to be really cool. Tell me what your thoughts are. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to the YouTubes if you haven't. If you want to see the interaction, we have it on the other channel. Maybe we'll have a video in the link in the description so you can see that. Hope you all have an amazing day/night.